All right, welcome to this week's Tipsy Tuesday podcast with the one and only owner of the Made and Compton store, Bone. How are you today?
I'm good, and yourself?
Good. Got a lot of fun stuff right away. We have some questions for you, but just to note that anybody tuning in the beginning, note that there will be a video that plays prior to ending the podcast if you want to learn a little bit more about wine as we do. But in the meantime, I'm going to ask Bone a couple of questions or quite a few questions, and then we're going to go into a different video that is about celebrity wines with sommelier, and we're going to come back and have Bone answers the rest of the questions that I'll have prepared for him. All right, so that is the agenda of today's show. All right, drum roll, please. Bone, you did such a great job answering these questions. I think you like being interviewed. Yeah.
Nah,
Oh my God. You're so funny. All right. Straight to the point. All right. So here's the first question that I have for ya. All right. So, boom. When you think back to late nights in the studio, what kind of drink fits that atmosphere? Something bold, smooth, or celebratory?
I would say something bold because back when we was in the studio, Remy used to be the brand of choice, and most of the time it was XO.
Okay. All right. Moving on. If studio sessions back in the day had a wine, what would it symbolize? Patience, creativity, or survival?
I would say patience because it takes time for the grapes to get right.
Okay. All right. Did music ever feel like it aged the way wine does? Like getting better the longer you sat with it?
Yeah, not meaning to plug my last album, but the game ain't safe. It seemed like it aged like fine wine because it was during Trump's first tenure as president that we made that album, and we was talking about Trump in it in several different songs. So it seemed like it was like ahead of his time because Trump got reelected.
Ah, wow. I got you. I just flashed one of your CDs. This too, the gaming safe there. Well, definitely it had been 10 years prior that you made your last CD, so that was a big deal. It did age like
Man,
okay. So now, what about this? Would you compare certain albums or artists to red wine versus white wine, and why?
yeah, I would say Kendrick is a good red wine, and I would say Drake is a good white wine. No pun intended. It just Drake is like bubbly, and he's like for people that's in a good mood, and that's what
Hmm.
white wine does. It gets you all bubbly and in a good mood. And red wine kind of lay you back and make you analyze stuff. And I say that's what Kendrick's style is. It makes you analyze, where he coming from, his wordplay, his metaphors and everything like that. And Drake is
Absolutely.
like really a surface rapper where, it just feels good.
Hmm. Absolutely. And with that in mind, yes, indeed. Shout out to Kendrick Lamar. A round of applause for sure. Yes, absolutely. 26 Grammys at that. Man,
Whoa.
I know it's amazing. I mean, not even amazing. Amazing meaning galactic. Like he deserved every bit of it. He worked, boy. I'm telling you, and he made me think for sure. Absolutely. What about creativity, focus, and flow? Do you think wine can help shift someone into a creative headspace, or like similar to how music does?
Yeah, if you're a seasoned veteran, wine can help shift you into a nice creative headspace. But if you're somebody that's not really used to drinking, wine can
Mm-hmm.
actually throw you off your program. Because I seen
Mm-hmm.
one artist that used to come to the studio drunk all the time. He used to always go to sleep. We used to be booking studio time, and he
Mm-hmm.
used to then take advantage of it. And we had to book it again the next day. because it was just
Mm,
like he'd get in there, he'd be stuttering, stumbling, then he'd go to sleep.
got you. I see. Well, let's see, what matters more in creativity, raw intensity or smooth consistency?
I would say a little bit of both. It's like a balance. Raw intensity is good for certain songs, and smooth consistency is good for the long haul. I mean, just throughout the years. If you
Hmm.
got something smooth and consistent, you can last. You can stick around in this game.
Nice, I see. Well, you have music from since what year?
Myself as an artist since
Hmm.
2002.
Wow, got you. Now, it did. I mean, you were sharing on another podcast that you wasn't, you hadn't planned on becoming an artist and everything. What made you become an artist?
Just being in the studio, I'm like a sponge.
Hmm.
I just, I started liking the way it was going, and then I remember one night I asked Reeves to show me how to count bars. And once he
Hmm.
showed me how to count bars, it was like math. It was like an equation. So it was like, I just started calculating and stacking them.
Wow, got you. All right. Well, now if you had to pair wine with different studio moves like writing, recording, mixing, celebrating, what would that look like?
I would say I would get a good red wine for the way the Major Factor House used to be,
Hmm.
because it was laid back, smooth, a lot of good energy, a lot of good vibe, a lot of good
Hmm.
people. And
Hmm.
I would say the Hollywood studios, like Larry B's and a few more, I would say they kind of like champagne or mimosas.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Because it was like bubbly, a little uppity.
Hmm.
Had the big SSL boards, and
Hmm.
all the high end equipment and the strict rules, and only can have the people that's recording with you and no extra people. So
Hmm.
yeah, I would say that was like more of a formal suit and tie type of thing, champagne.
Hmm.
And then
Okay.
the Factor House was like a red wine, like relaxed khakis and joggers and hoodies and sweatshirts.
Gotcha. I see. And what is SSL, you say?
The solid state logic board. It's like
Oh,
it's
okay.
like the board that Dr. Dre liked to use.
Mm, okay. Thank
It's
you
an
for
analog board. It's like 96 tracks.
nice. Okay. Now let's talk about nostalgia and growth. When you look at how you've evolved, do you feel more like a wine that's been aging or new blend with deeper layers?
Definitely a wine that's been aging, because
Mm,
I done seen a lot. I done been around a long time. So
mm-hmm.
yeah, definitely a wine that's been aging.
Gotcha. Now, back then, what did luxury mean in the studio, and how has that definition changed today?
Well, I would say kind of like what I was talking about. To me,
True.
luxury was being in a small studio with a lot of good people. Not really being
Mm-hmm.
in the Hollywood studio with the SSL boards and
Mm-hmm.
all the bouginess.
Mm-hmm.
I take a night at the Factor House of a night over Larry B's.
Mm-hmm. I got you. And then how does that, definition change today? What do you think it's like today?
Today I think it's more like on the surface, where people getting hooked up just because they got a name in the game versus a real relationship or a kinship.
Mm-hmm.
Back then it was like we was hooking up, and it wasn't even really just about the money. It was about the connection, and it was about people respecting each other's craft. And
Mm-hmm.
nowadays it's more contractual.
I see. Mm-hmm. Got you. Do you think any of that has to do with AI?
No, I think AI is really taking the human equation out of it. It's
Mm.
like even what we're seeing right now is going to be changing drastically in the next 5 years. It's going to be where they don't even need people to come to the studio. They can just go
Mm.
in there and do it all on the computer.
Right. That's what I'm thinking. Maybe sometimes it's like people get affected with, what machines can do, and then maybe that, actually plays a part into their creativity and how they actually enjoy or not really enjoy a studio session because they do know some of this information. Like there's so much music out there that's made by AI, and so much talk about like artists or kind of like the it's an epsilon, but definitely it seems like the commonality is like a lot of people are using AI for music, and so I'm wondering that if that's dampering or hindering some people's creativity in the studio.
I would hope not. I mean, because nothing's gonna be better than the human mind, even with its flaws and its errors. That's what makes it so complex and so beautiful. It's like a mosaic between intellect, knowledge, and experience.
Absolutely. I'm hoping so as well. And I was saying that in that manner too, because I know that's where we hear a lot of different things. Like it's so daunting, but especially when you think if it's just transactional, there's no excitement, there's none of that feeling or that feeling of like, like you just don't know. I'll do this for 16 hours, in straight, or I'll create, 6 to 10 songs straight, and if it's less money than what I could pay for, somebody else to do it, I'm gonna do it, and I'm gonna put in all of the work because yes, absolutely, this is my craft, this is my song, this is what I believe in, this is why I chose this beat, and this is what I feel. So this is why I wrote this. Absolutely. So yes, there you go. Okay. Now, I have a few more questions here. Well, technically, yeah, I want to ask you a few more questions and then we're going to take a break and watch information or a video about um, celebrity wine. Okay, it's going to be pretty neat. So, what kinds of conversations do men tend to open up to more over a drink versus just talking straight?
Uh, I would say it depends. It depends on the type of man you're around. If you're around minded men, it tends to open up more intimate conversations about business. If you're around, people that like talking about people, it tend to make people start gossiping. Like they say, the tongue get loose when they get drunk.
Yeah, I see. Now, so do you see wine as more of a reflection drink or a celebration drink for men?
I would say more of a reflection drink because usually you celebrate with champagne instead of wine.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha. Now, how can wine represent maturity without losing street authenticity?
Because as you get older, you don't want to drink stuff that's so hard on your kidneys and your liver. So wine is
Mm,
good. It's actually kind of healthy for you.
gotcha. Absolutely. And we're going to learn more about wine. Let's go on here to, let me share this. Absolutely. And let's go see about this somewhere and what he has to say about these celebrities' wines. It's very interesting. All right. Here we go. Going.
Good wine, I want to be a part of it. Hey, I'm sommelier Andre Mack, and today I'm going to be tasting wines by these celebrities. Does being famous mean that you know how to make really great wine? That's exactly what I'm going to find out. What's really the celebrity's involvement in the process of making wine? Is it just slapping your name on the wine? Or are you actually getting your hands in the dirt? Is it actually your company? Those are all things that, are kind of in the gray area. To me, I'm on a quest, just if it's good wine, I want to be a part of it. We've broken up the wine into two groups. We have musicians and we have film and TV personalities. Now moving on to musicians. First up, we have Armand de Bergerac, AKA Ace of Spades by Jay-Z. I feel like the guy's on unboxed therapy here. Definitely flashy, maybe not my style. I'm a little bit more subtle, but the truth is what's actually inside. So we'll see. Champagne is a region. Wines can be sourced from all over that particular region to be considered champagne. This actually has the word champagne on it. So this is champagne. This is the good stuff. This is what you pay all the money for. In movies, you see the big pop and all that other kind of stuff. You want to open champagne quietly. So you want to twist back and forth. And that was actually not that quiet, but I'll take it.
Welcome to Fabulous.
Ooh, it's yeasty, smells like bread dough, slightly grassy. Lemon lime, pretty well balanced. For me, I think at $350, I could probably find something that has vintage dated, that's older, that has a little bit more nuance and everything to it. The fact that at this price point that there is no vintage is just, I have questions about that. It's not bad. It's actually really good. So in protest of the 100-point wine rating system, I decided to rank wines with emojis. And for this, I'll give this 2 champagne glasses. Next up, we have Maison No. 9 by Post Malone. This is a rosé. It's in a fluted bottle, which is different. Generally, rosés, this is from France, don't come in this particular style bottle. Normally up north from Alsace, they do, but I think it's trying to stand out. The sword matches a tattoo that Post Malone has. It actually has a glass cap here instead of a cork. These particular closures are found on wines that are meant to be consumed young. Generally speaking, you put wine in a bottle, wine can age for years. Those wines generally have a cork, which is poor. So it allows air to kind of come in and seep through the bottle over a length of time and kind of help break down the wine. This is an airtight seal. There's no type of oxygen or air or anything coming into the wine. So generally what happens is this wine, as it ages over time, it will become reduced and reductive. It needs some small bit of oxygen to help it age. Great color. It's pretty clear. It's not cloudy. It smells like a little cotton candy, strawberry. Kind of reminds me of like opening a can of fruit cocktail. They used to come in cans. I don't think they come in cans now, but pretty structured. It's pretty well balanced. I'm pretty surprised. I wouldn't have thought that it was decent. It's pretty good, actually. You know, my mouth is starting to water, which means that it has pretty good acid. So if the sides of your tongue start to tingle, that means the wine is high in acid. When you say acid, people think of battery acid and they cringe. This is something different. This is a good thing. At $25, I think this is a great value wine. I think that it hits on all the things that it's supposed to hit on. I'll rate this with a smiley face with sunglasses. That's a win for the White Iverson. So up next is LVE by John Legend, a sparkling Blanc de Blanc. It's Blanc de Blanc, meaning white from white. So it is 100% Chardonnay grapes. This wine is from Napa Valley. Napa is just a premier growing region in the world. So that generally comes with a price. That's just actually trap gas. That's the bubbles, right? They're trying to escape. So brioche, a little bit of creme brulee. This wine has tremendous texture. It's kind of velvety on the palate. The bubbles are really soft, what you call the mousse. It does taste like it has some bottle maturity to it. It does taste older. And as I look here, it's from 2016. So this actually has a vintage on it. So it's been in the bottle for quite some time. It allows the wine to kind of mellow out a little bit. I do feel like this wine reminds me of a lot of John Legend. Sophisticated, mature, plays the piano, sultry kind of vibes. This wine definitely has that. Moving on to the next selection, we have MYX Fusions by Nicki Minaj. This says it's peach moscato, blended with natural fruit juices. It is kosher. Oh, wow, it's very peachy. I get a hint of slight sulfur in the wine. It smells like being in a hair salon, a little bit of vanilla. It's pretty sweet, not cloyingly sweet, not overly top sweet. There's really no acid with the wine. It's pretty one-dimensional. You know, I'm not sure if this actually belongs in the category with everything else that the wines that we're tasting. I'm sure that you can call it wine, but this is something totally different. So for me, you know, Moscato d'Asti is a little bit more refined. There is some fritz to it. There's some bubbles to it. There's elegance and layers and these different things. And it's not overly sweet like this particular wine is. I don't know. It's just you like the guy shrugging shoulders. Like I have no idea what's going on here. Next up is Ciccone Chardonnay 2017, and this is from Madonna's Family. What's most interesting about this particular bottling, and somewhat frightening, is from Michigan. Michigan doesn't make great wine. They're not known for making great wine. This will be a first for me. First impressions, it smells like a can of peas, a little bit of lime, That's really acidic for Chardonnay, rather bland, not much flavor, not much nuance. It's just all acid, one-dimensional. Generally speaking, Chardonnay is not a high-acid grape, right? It's kind of more of a blank canvas. It's rich, it's round, it spends a lot of time in oak. That kind of impart these other kind of flavors that most people understand Chardonnay to be, you know, buttery, you get oak, you know, this wood to it. I would rate this wine with a thumbs down. So next up is Licata. This is a sparkling Lambrusco from Raekwon the chef from Wu-Tang Clan. This is sparkling red, which I think most people don't get a chance to see. You get all the benefits of like a red wine, but like served really chill and with a little bit of frizzante, which kind of acts as like a scrubbing pad on your palate. At a $25 price point, it does seem to come in a little north of the traditional Lambruscos made in that region, but maybe there's a reason for it. Now you can see the mousse start to formulate on the top there. Smells pretty earthy, kind of like wet dirt. It smells a whole lot like cassis. Blueberries, raspberries, strawberries. You know, it does have some tannin. Tannin sucks the moisture out of your mouth, kind of like black tea. So it's pretty astringent, right? So the inside of my mouth is pretty dry. It does feel pretty luxurious for a Lambrusco. This kind of has staying power in that sense that it has like this really kind of great texture to it. Oddly enough, this does kind of feel like Raekwon to me in a sense of the easy thing here would be to go to Champagne, but to go to a different region shows like the exploratory side and his resourcefulness. The quality is there, the fruit is there, and then it has all these other elements, that the fact that it's Raekwon, the packaging. So rating for this wine is gonna be an emoji, smiley face with stars. Next up is...
I think we're gonna go with you guys.
That's great. Awesome, let me get the contract.
One last thing, you're SOC 2 compliant, right?
Is The Dreaming Tree by Dave Matthews. Cabernet from California. Cabernet Sauvignon is considered the king of all grape varietals. Generally, California wines are considered New World wines, and New World wines tend to lead more with fruit because they come from warmer places. Yeah, so I get boysenberries, blackberries, red currants, get like a tiny bit of cedar, just a little bit, but I'm not getting any vanilla or any of those things that would associate with the wine being in new oak. It's got pretty good tannins. Pretty good finish. To me, it feels a little bit light for Cabernet. I'd like it to be like a little bit more body or structure to it. But then again, it is $15. And it's like in the middle of the road for me. It doesn't evoke any kind of real emotion to it. It's Cabernet. It's supposed to be a big, broad wine. It's supposed to be round. It's supposed to be rich. There's no texture to the wine. I'm not mad at this wine at all. I feel like for a lot of people, this falls into their price point. And if they were drinking it, they should be happy with it. And now we're going on to 19 Crimes by Snoop Dogg. I'm not sure what Cali Rosé is. It doesn't say what grapes are in it, but who knows? One thing that I did pick up on the label is that it's 10.5%. So that's a pretty low alcohol level. So it leads me to believe that maybe it's sweet, right? Because generally there's a pendulum between sweet and alcohol level. So this one actually has a living wine label. You need an app. I don't know what he's saying.
Let me label me. I put my face on a rosé bottle.
There you go. He puts his face on a rosé bottle. The AI is kind of cool on it, but let's see what's actually inside the bottle. Color looks slightly neon. I'm a little worried about that. Just kind of sends up a red flag. Yeah, I get a little watermelon, a little raspberry. Oddly enough, it doesn't smell like it's going to be sweet. I was wrong. It's not overly sweet, but it's a little too sweet for me. It tastes like it has like artificial sweetener in it. This kind of tastes more like white Zinfandel than rosé to me. White Zinfandel just has more residual sugar in it versus like the dry style wines. For this wine emoji, I'll do a face with a teardrop. Next up, we have Fergalicious by Fergie. This is a red wine blend. I think it's a Cabernet blend, so a blend of several different grapes. It is from Santa Barbara area, from the St. Ynez Valley. So that's promising to me. Wine is like real estate. The more specific you can get about where it comes from, this wine doesn't say that it's just from California. It says that it's actually from a particular valley within California. We have a little bit more information about where the wine is, and so I always feel like you get a step up in quality. It's about 14.4 in alcohol. It's going to be big boy, big wine, I'm expecting, but from 2016, so it has some bottle maturity to it. I'm excited to taste this. The color looks amazing, dark, great hue. No, that's actually Cabernet. Medium body, medium plus bodied, herbal component to it. It's not slightly green. There's a little bit of acetate, so kind of like fingernail polish remover smell that I get. And when I talk in these terms, Doesn't mean that any of it's bad, but I definitely pick up some of that. This is a decent bottle of wine. I think that's worth 25 bucks. Sometimes what makes the wine great is somewhat of its imperfections, right? So like this wine is by far not perfect, but with everything together, it just works. It feels energetic, it feels authentic. I think it feels like old Fergie and not national anthem Fergie. I'd give a smiley face, I'd give a glass of wine, and I'd give a basketball. Because I do like the remix that they made of the national anthem that she sung. Let's play some basketball. Had to be there, sorry. Now we're gonna try Harmony by Boyz II Men. I believe this is from Bordeaux. It's a red wine blend. They say that their grapevines are played music twice a day. I wonder what it is. Is it I'll Make Love to You? Some people say playing music in the vineyard helps the immunity of the vines. I'm not real sure about that. You do what you believe. It smells slightly mousy. When I say that, that's actually a good thing. I get pencil shavings, raspberry, blueberries, lots of cassis. That's Bordeaux. It's got great tannins. It's drying out my mouth. Long finish. I can still taste the wine. Kind of like iron, like I blit the inside of my lip. That's a great representation of Bordeaux, where it comes from. Great quality is good wine and worth your time. To me, if I was going to introduce somebody into Bordeaux, this wine would be perfect for that, right? It's $20, so it doesn't break the bank, but you get left with the true impression of what Bordeaux wines taste like and the experience. I'm gonna give this the fire emoji. Let's give them 3 of them. Moving on to Sun Goddess by Mary J. Blige. So this is a Pinot Grigio from Italy. You say, oh, I thought Pinot Grigio was white. This is called Ramato. So this is basically a technique that they're using in order for wines to pick up the red coloring. They spend some time skin contact on the skins to produce that color. It smells pretty perfume. Smells like flower bouquet, white flowers, a little bit of peach, a little bit of nectarine. Kind of getting like a weird kind of cantaloupe. Just that I never got cantaloupe on a Pinot Grigio. I don't know if that's bad or good, but I like cantaloupe. It's just kind of like a kiss of sweetness at the back end. My mouth's not watering, so it's not high in acid, but it's got some decent acid there. The skin contact gives the wine a little bit more texture. It gives wine a soul. This is an interesting wine. This is not the traditional just, oh, hey, I put my face on a label. Nobody labels me. Mary J didn't invent this technique, but the fact that she was willing to work with someone who was doing something like this, I think is cool, and there's respect for that. In that way, it feels authentic to me. This is a great quality wine for 25, and I think other producers in the region could charge more for it. I would give this a loudspeaker emoji because I would want everybody to know about it. That's all the wines for musicians. Now we're moving on to film and TV. We're gonna start off with In Vivo X by Sarah Jessica Parker. This is Sauvignon Blanc from New Zealand. This wine is vegan friendly. A lot of wines are fined with egg whites, which don't make them vegan friendly. All the particles and everything kind of suck to the egg whites, and then you filter it out. It smells like a little bit of asparagus, grapefruit, a little bit of white pepper. Good acidity, got a pretty decent finish. I'm still tasting the flavors. Tastes a little bit more candied, like some more like candied grapefruit. You know, I would say that this is typical in a good way, New Zealand Sauvignon Blanc. I think what's missing for me is that it's too much fruit. Generally, there's other things and more minerality, a little bit of more minerality to it, but to me, it seems really fruit forward. I don't know if that's because of the vintage. Maybe 2020 was really warm, but it is New Zealand's Sauvignon Blanc, and for all intents and purposes, it hits on those levels. Just for me, I was just looking for a little bit more on the back end. Maybe I'll rate this wine with the anxious emoji, with the teeth. I'm just slightly anxious because like it's just missing something else for it to be a home run for me. Moving on to Chateau Miraval 2020 Rosé by Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie. This is a rosé from Provence, so the south part of France, where these wines are prevalent. That's what they're known for. So they say that the vineyards have clay and chalk soils. Soil type is everything for wine. Clay is colorous, that kind of let water filter through. They have chalky soils that impart a really kind of great minerality into the wine. So soil is definitely a huge part. Yeah, this smells slightly like cotton candy or candy floss, strawberry, a little bit of kiwi. On the palate, light plus, you know, there's some weight to it, decent acidity. It tastes like rosé from Provence. It's a good example of it. I think it's worth 24 bucks in this day and age. Like everything's expensive. I think I paid for an ear of corn like $9 the other day. So $24 for this seems fair. And emojis, a guy surfing on a surfboard, and a smiley face. It was good.
For experiences like no other, you need a card like no other, with exclusive access to unique experiences worldwide. There's nothing like Platinum.
And now, 3 by Wade by Dwayne Wade. Dwayne Wade, as you all know, played basketball. So he was on TV, so we're considering him a television personality. This is a California white wine. So 2019, Chenin Blanc is a pretty famous grape from the Loire Valley, high acid grape. All the cool kids are drinking it these days. It smells like honeydew melon, honeysuckle. It also kind of smells like those jelly beans. Like if you all have them in the bag, you know, it's all kind of mixed up. It smells slightly sweet, like it could be sweet, even though that I don't think that it is. Really great acid, like really ripe honeydew melon, a little bit of chamomile. That is a great expression of Chenin Blanc in America. That's pretty great. I'm gonna pour some more. This wine is for people who want to experiment. This is not a grape that you've heard before. They call it white wine. I don't know the reasoning behind that. Obviously it is. It's just called California white wine. Due to the California laws, with its composition, it could be called Chenin Blanc just because I think it's 95% Chenin Blanc. This is made in partnership with Jason Parmeyer. Jason is a great winemaker. And the fact that he's doing this with Dwayne Wade is great. He has serious people on his team. These are real wine legend people. It's not someone that he just picked out of the dark. I would give it 3 basketballs, man. This wine is ballin'. I like it. So now we're moving on to Francis Ford Coppola Diamond Collection Cabernet. This is a claret, which was the English term for Bordeaux red wine. And this is from California. We know that it is 2018. It has this net on top, this metal wiring, which was invented by someone in Spain to this is what deterred counterfeiters back in the day. So you couldn't open the wine. You would know that the wine was open, that it wasn't manipulated. Old wines from Spain still have these. Just be able to pop it like that. All right. Color seems a little too bright for me, which means sometimes that they add other stuff to it. Raspberry, blueberries, more blackberries than blueberries. Leather, cedar box. Cedar box meaning that it's had tobacco stored in it. So there's traces of tobacco and cedar. It's got tannin, it's got structure. There's something off about the wine. It tastes candied in a way. There's a sweet underlying sweetness to it that shouldn't be there. It has all these things, but it feels more manufactured than anything. But at 21 bucks, I think that there would be a different quality level to it. I rate this the wavy mouth emoji. I can't put my finger on it, but like I wouldn't pay 21 bucks for this wine. Finally, a fresh vine from Nina Dobrev and Julianne Huff. This is Pinot Noir, 2018. This is California appellation. One of my favorite grapes to drink is Pinot Noir. It's elegant, it falls in the glass, versatile. They advertise this wine as low carb, low calorie, and low sugar. And this actually says it's the perfect pairing for your active lifestyle. So there you have it. I think it's horse shit. I'd rather be more active in my lifestyle and drink the good shit than drink wine with low calories and carbs or sugar. But I'm anxious to taste the wine. All right, it looks like Pinot Noir. Smells like Pinot Noir. I get a little bit of Earl Grey tea, cherries, some strawberry. The wine is ripe, almost tastes sweet. It feels like there's some wood treatment in the wine, whether that's in oak barrels or however they do it. The alcohol seems pretty high. It's saying that it's 13% here. I would like the alcohol to be a touch lower. But to me, this is California Pinot Noir on a budget at 19 bucks. I think at 19 bucks, you could be happy with this wine. Do I taste this as low calorie, carbs or sugar? I just don't even know what any of that means. But to each his own. If that's what they're going for and how they're selling it, cool. But I can't taste any of those things. I can't taste that it tastes any different in that way. I'm going to rate this wine a laughing emoji. I'm not sure if I know what low carb wine is about. After tasting all those wines, there were some really great gems in there. There were some wines that I wouldn't be mad at them for making. If I had to pick an overall favorite out of all the wines, I'd have to say it was 3 by Wade. Going out on the limb and experimenting with something like Chenin Blanc really takes some guts to do it very well. I thought the wines were solid and probably at the top of this whole lineup. My view on celebrity wines has not changed. The whole idea for me as a person in the industry, in the wine industry, we just want to see more people drinking wine. And if this is what has to happen to get more people a seat at the table, to realize that wine could be for them or that they have a place here, I'm all for it.
All right now. How did you enjoy that there, Bone?
Oh yeah, man, he know his stuff. I mean, man, he know how to compare it to fruits, and he know what fruits is in it, and oh man, he could tell when he got extra sweeteners and everything. His palate is real intelligent.
Absolutely. For real. I thought that was so neat. Yes, indeed. And so, with that in mind, just really quick, there is a legacy box if you're interested in what we know about. Absolutely, at the Made in Compton store. And definitely, you can go on micpt.com. We're learning about different things. Like, of course, we wouldn't put the wine in the shot glass right there. But this is one of our other one time boxes. And Bone, did you want to share, speak to the about the one-time boxes before I just share a quick commercial?
Yeah, the one-time boxes is for people that don't want the chain and ball of a subscription. You know, you can come in, you still can get savings, and you still can get lot for your buck without being tied into a subscription. You know, we had a few people saying that they didn't want to be tied into subscriptions, so we came with 14 boxes that's subscription free, and the savings is big.
Absolutely, absolutely. Thank you for sharing and go to this quick commercial. Then we're going to come back and ask you the rest of the questions that we started with at the beginning of the show. Okay.
Can't wait.
All right. All right. So we have a question here. Wine bottles tell stories through labels. How important is it that artists tell their story clearly?
Well, it's very important. That's how you connect with the listeners. You know, you might be telling a story that they were real familiar with, or y'all might be living parallel lives. So to be
Mhm.
able to tell it a story is very important. That's how you connect, and that's how you last.
Absolutely. And what lesson would you want younger artists to sip slowly instead of rushing?
Uh, well, just trying to make it, trying to get from where they at to where they want to be. Just
Mhm.
pacing yourself, having patience so you don't burn out, and enjoy the ride, enjoy the moments, enjoy all the parts of the road.
Nice. So, what moments in your career deserved a toast even if nobody saw it?
I'll say when I went to the music convention in 2004, and
Mhm.
just on a whim, we all jumped in the van and we loaded it up with merch and we drove to Dallas. It took us like almost a day to get there. Well, a little longer than a day, like 26 hours. Well, when
Mhm.
we got there, we met a music exec that worked for Gary Bernard at Selecto Hits, and it got our first distribution deal. So,
Mm.
we went out. It was like, on a wish,
Mhm.
like our Hail Mary pass, and we caught it, and we converted on it.
Nice, nice. Oh. Now, is there a difference between drinking to escape and drinking to honor progress?
Oh, absolutely. Because if you're drinking to escape, you're in a bad state, you're in a bad position. You somewhere in life where you contemplating a lot of stuff. But if you're drinking to honor progress, it's celebratory. It's not where you're using it as a crutch. Because
Mhm.
anything you're trying to escape is not good.
Mhm. If you bottled your journey as a wine, what would the label say?
It would say, I was stepped on, I was bottled up, and I came out on top. I came out tasting great.
Oh, wow, you put that together, man. Absolutely, absolutely. Just a few more questions here. Then, if you have more time to stay on, then I will play this other video that's like 10 minutes about learning about wine. It's 10 different wines. I just learned about that today, so I'm eager to learn about that. But just knowing that you have been inundated with so many questions, but just to know you're appreciated, and it's almost Valentine's Day, and there I did share a box that we have with 2 robes and 2 wine glasses. So I want to say, thank you for uh, answering all these questions. Absolutely. And I think it's going to be interesting for people that are just learning about you as well. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So if you had to pair one of your songs with a wine vibe, what would it be and why?
I would say it would have to be Hard Headed.
Mhm.
I would pair Hard Headed with, I don't want to say Menage a Trois, but I would say I have to pair Hard Headed with,
That's a drink. Mm.
yeah, that's why I didn't want to say that one, because I didn't want it to be misunderstood.
Right, exactly. Right. Yeah, because I think everybody's kind of like one of these things when they hear this. We could come back. Let's see.
Okay, yeah,
That'd
because
be the
I'm
question we'll
running
come
blank
back
on
to.
wines.
Okay.
I haven't really been drinking wines lately.
Okay, so that's one question we can come back to after this latter question. Now, yeah, I need you to stay on here. What type of wine fits boom bap?
I would say Carlos Rossi, because Carlos Rossi is kind of make you hang loose. It gets you drunk, and that boom bap is some hard hitting shit.
Okay. What about trap music?
Trap music, I would put that with a tequila, because trap music is kind of rough.
Okay. What about West Coast classics?
West Coast classics, I would put that with Hennessy, and for beer, I would put it with Old English.
Now you done went from wine to wait a minute. What is Hennessy? Lord Jesus, that's funny. All right, we're gonna go forward. Do you feel today's artist has you must have been reliving your time in the studio just now. Ooh, beer. No, I'm just kidding. But for real, it's fun. Do you feel today's artist has to think more about lifestyle branding, like wine, clothing, and experiences than artists did back then?
I would say they should, because there's more opportunity for them. Back then, it was only certain companies that was trying to partner with, people doing rap. Now rap is almost like as mainstream as rock and roll. So yeah, I would say, yeah, now they should.
Gotcha. Absolutely. Okay. Well, definitely. Thank you for asking all those questions.
Oh, you're welcome.
All right. So sound like you drinking something now.
No, just some water.
Okay, absolutely. All right, that's cool. So now I want to share a quick commercial so I can go forward to and then we'll come back to that one question after this commercial break in video or YouTube. Absolutely. All right, moving forward to keeping everybody in the know.
Who plays the best music?
We do.
That's we are live 105.5 mobile radio 24/365.
One big party.
Big shout out to all our amazing customers who've already jumped on board the Compton in a Box. Your support means the world to us. We've revamped our website to make it even easier to join the subscription. For upcoming months, don't miss out on the excitement. Head back to your cart on micpt.com and subscribe today. Let's make every month a Compton celebration. Compton in a box. Subscription perks. micpt.com Compton in a box. VIP experience appreciation. Head back to your cart on micpt.com.
Nice. Here we go. Awesome.
In the 17th century, Cabernet Franc and Sauvignon Blanc grapes were an unlikely pair. They produced a new wine in France. It soon became very popular. This wine had strong, complex tastes of blackcurrant and a touch of mint. It pairs well with dishes like grilled steak or aged cheddar. But Cabernet Sauvignon isn't just a one-trick pony. It's been the top grape for everyone throughout history, from ancient Romans to modern-day celebrities. So next time you sip on a glass of Cab, remember, you're not just drinking wine. You're enjoying a delicious piece of history. Cheers to that. Merlot. It's a grape type that had many ups and downs in the world of wine. Merlot and Cabernet Sauvignon are often mixed, but they have unique histories. Both came from the Bordeaux region in France. Cabernet Sauvignon came in the 17th century. Meanwhile, Merlot emerged in the late 18th century. It became popular for softening Cab's tan.
You, just you, building your app on base 44.
Tannins. Over time, Merlot gained popularity as a standalone wine. It's shown in the right bank of Bordeaux. These regions had clay-rich soils, ideal for its growth. Meanwhile, Cabernet Sauvignon thrived in the left bank, which had gravelly soils. This terroir difference shaped their qualities. Merlot produced softer, fruitier wines. In contrast, Cabernet Sauvignon had more structure. It was also more intense. In the late 20th century, Merlot became very popular. This was especially true in the United States. It was seen as an easy-to-drink red. Pinot Noir. People love this grape for its unique taste, but it poses challenges to growers and winemakers. It needs specific conditions. Making great wines takes careful attention. The best Pinot Noir also comes from Burgundy in France, and today, cool areas of California, like the Russian River Valley. They share a key trait, a cool climate that helps grapes slowly ripen. This leads to rich flavors and a good balance of fruitiness and acidity. To truly appreciate the nuances of Pinot Noir, it's crucial to pair it with the right foods. The wine is delicate and subtly earthy. It pairs well with dishes that have mushrooms, truffles, or game meats, like duck or venison. Pinot Noir also pairs well with salmon. Shiraz, also known as Syrah, is a grape variety that has captivated wine enthusiasts with its bold and spicy character. Shiraz is from the Rhone Valley in France. It has found a second home in the sunny vineyards of Australia, where it is a signature variety. The grape thrives in warm, dry climates. Examples are the Barossa Valley and McLaren Vale. The long growing season lets the grapes develop rich, concentrated flavors. When it comes to food pairings, Shiraz is a versatile wine that can stand up to bold and savory flavors. Its spicy notes and robust tannins make it an excellent companion to grilled or roasted meats, such as lamb, beef, or venison. The wine's dark fruit flavors go well with dishes with rich, tomato-based sauces. These include classic spaghetti bolognese. They also have slow-cooked ragu. But how does Shiraz compare to the equally bold and flavorful Malbec? Malbec is another bold, flavorful red wine. It's similar to Shiraz, but has its own distinct character. Malbec comes from the Cahors region of France. It has found its true home in the high-altitude vineyards of Argentina, especially in the Mendoza region. The grape thrives in warm sunny days and cool nights of the Andes foothills. It develops a unique flavor that sets it apart from its French counterpart. Both Malbec and Shiraz have dark fruit flavors and a full body, but Malbec tends to have a softer, more velvety texture with less harsh tannins. Fruit flavors dominate its taste. They're lush and ripe, like blackberry, plum, and black cherry. They're often accompanied by hints of cocoa, vanilla, and even a touch of tobacco. This is thanks to the wine's frequent aging in oak barrels. But what sets a Malbec apart from other red wine varietals? The answer lies in its unique journey from the old world to the new. It is adapted to its new home in the high altitudes of Argentina. Rosé. Rosé wine is pink and comes from many places. Provence, France, is a major producer. To make it, winemakers briefly soak red grape skins in juice. This creates hues from light to vibrant pink. Its taste varies. It often mixes red fruit flavors with sharp acidity. Common notes include strawberries, cherries, and citrus, making it light and tasty. The scent is floral and fruity, with hints of rose petals, fruits, and melon. It is versatile and refreshing. This makes it a great match for dishes. It complements salads, seafood, meats, and spicy foods. Chardonnay. Moving on to delicious white varietals. Let's explore the world of Chardonnay. It's a white wine that has captured many hearts. Chardonnay started in Burgundy, France. It has a long history dating to the Middle Ages. As the name suggests, they named it after Chardonnay village. This village is in the Mâconnais region. Over time, this grape has spread across the globe. It found new homes in places like California and Australia. When it comes to taste, Chardonnay is known for its diverse flavor profile. The wine ranges from crisp and mineral-driven to rich and buttery. It showcases a wide range of characteristics. In cooler climates, Chardonnay has flavors of green apple, citrus, and a hint of minerality. In warmer areas, it tastes more like tropical fruits, such as pineapple and mango. Also, many Chardonnays are aged in oak, giving them vanilla, butter, and toasted bread flavors. This process increases the wine's depth and complexity. Sauvignon Blanc. Sauvignon Blanc is a popular white wine with a sharp taste and unique flavors. It's loved by wine enthusiasts worldwide. This grape grows best in cool climates, like the Loire Valley in France and New Zealand's Marlborough region. There, it develops its crisp, refreshing taste. High acidity gives Sauvignon Blanc its lively, zesty feel. Sauvignon Blanc's smell varies by region and winemaking methods. Cooler areas often offer grassy, pepper, or nettle notes, thanks to pyrazines. The notes shift to tropical fruit as grapes ripen. This happens especially in warm regions like California or South Africa. Its acidity and complexity makes Sauvignon Blanc a great pairing for dishes. It suits light summer meals and herbs like basil or mint. Also, it enhances seafood, notably oysters, with its acidity. Riesling. Riesling is a grape variety steeped in history and romance. It traces back to the pretty Rhine region of Germany. People have known this noble grape for centuries. They've grown it on the steep, terraced slopes of the Rhine Valley. There, it has developed a unique character. That character reflects the region's special terroir. The cool climate and mineral-rich soils of the Rhine make the grapes sweet and acidic. This creates wines that range from bone-dry to sweet. Riesling pairs well with food. It is beloved for many types of dishes. The wine's off-dry to sweet styles are a perfect match for spicy Asian cuisines, such as Thai or Indian. Vinho Verde, the refreshing and effervescent Portuguese white wine. This wine is unique. Its name green wine doesn't mean it's green. It refers to its youthful, vibrant character. Vinho Verde is made in the lush, green hills in the Minho region in northern Portugal. The cool, damp climate and fertile soils there are perfect for growing the local grape varieties used to make it. Its bright acidity and fizz make it perfect for seafood. This is especially true for shellfish and grilled fish. It also pairs well with salads and light appetizers. So the next time you're looking for a unique and refreshing white wine to enjoy on a warm day, grab a bottle of Vinho Verde. You'll get to experience the youthful charm of this Portuguese specialty. Zinfandel. Zinfandel is a grape variety that has captured the hearts of wine enthusiasts. It has bold and spicy character. It is known for making wines that are robust and fruity. It often includes notes of blackberry, raspberry, and black pepper. Zinfandel has a rich history in California, where it has been cultivated since the mid-19th century. The grape's origins, however, can be traced back to Croatia. When it comes to food pairings, Zinfandel is bold and spicy. It's ideal for hearty and flavorful dishes. The wine has robust tannins and high alcohol. They pair beautifully with grilled meats, such as beef or lamb. They also go well with spicy cuisines, like Mexican or Indian. Zinfandel is also perfect with rich, tomato-based dishes. These include pasta with meat sauce or pizza. Champagne. Champagne is effervescent. It epitomizes luxury and celebration. It owes its character to a unique fermentation process called the méthode champenoise. This labor-intensive method involves a second fermentation in the bottle. It gives the wine its bubbles and complex flavor. Yeast and sugar dance in the bottle. They make a symphony of smells and tastes. These range from hints of citrus and brioche to rich, toasty undertones. The history of champagne is as captivating as the wine. Its origins date back to the 17th century in the region of France with the same name. Here, the monk Dom Perignon is said to have found the secrets of sparkling wine. He said, "Come quickly, I am tasting the stars." Comment and let me know if I left any wines out. Ciao!
Honey.
How did you like that?
Oh yeah, I loved it. It was informative. Learned a lot about wine tonight.
For real. Absolutely. And then I actually want to share why there are so many wines that were created in France. And it says that France contains a rare combination of cool, moderate, and warm climates, mountains, river valleys, coastal zones, and plains, limestone, chalk, clay, granite, slate, sand, and volcanic soils. Each small area, sometimes just a few miles apart, creates different grape expressions, encouraging experimentation and specialization. And I'm wondering, that sounds like Hub City, so I'm wondering, is that why we have a lot of people that travel from France because they feel that same, everything's right next to each other. And it's like they're the hub for so many different types of wine.
Man, and that's one of our last international wine orders was from France.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So that's pretty cool. So with that in mind, let me ask you that question now that we were talking about beforehand. So, there's a question, and I think it's about here. If you had to pair one of your songs with a wine vibe, what would it be and why?
I would pair Pierre Peters' Blanc de Blanc with Hard Headed because the Blanc de Blanc is it's a champagne and it's dry, but it make your mouth water. And I would say that's what a hard headed dude do. His mouth is always watering every time he see temptation.
Wow. Got you. Deep, deep, deep. Well, definitely thank you for sharing that information. That's what we was going to come back to after this, that information about wine. Definitely this is a podcast. Today's podcast, like you said, for sure, you learn a lot about wine. I know I did, and we'll learn more going forward. And in the meantime, I just want to say thank you for everybody that joined the podcast, and note that yes, Valentine's Day is coming, and we have a plethora of wine glasses as well as the stemless wine glasses that you'll really love to present to someone or enjoy with someone, as well as the Made in Compton luxury robes. How about that?
Man, that robe is a nice little piece.
That part, absolutely. Well, thank you all for tuning in. And you know how it go, tune in, double back, come back later. We appreciate you. Thank you. And until next time, have a great, great time.
Peace.